Atticus IO. Is it worth your money as a self-publishing indie author? Is it the Swiss Army knife of publishing software? My name is Robb Wallace, indie author. Let's have a look at Atticus IO and see what it does. So this is basically just a short and sweet review. Yeah. I was an early adopter. I purchased bought in right at the beginning, and I've been using it for 2 or 3 months, and I've published a few books via Atticus, and I've wrote one complete book in Atticus. So gives me some experience, I haven't just purchased it yesterday. Atticus has actually just been released. Let's say I was an early adopter. I have a article up on a website at robwallace.co.uk where you can check out my my full Atticus IO review and check it out. I'm talking about it promising to be the Swiss Army knife of author software. I look at my current system, or the system that I had but pre-Atticus, the system for taking notes, making notes as authors. We make loads of notes. What do we use? I use Trello and Google Keep. Atticus is promising to in the roadmap have a piece of a note-taking kind of software. One of the big things for me is the cross-platform use. I'm a big fan of Scrivener. I've wrote epic fantasy book for 150,000 words in Scrivener. I've wrote every book prior to SEO A Layman's Guide in Scrivener. But the biggest problem with Scrivener is I write on my desktop. I like to write everywhere, and the fact that Atticus IO is a progressive web app which allows me to install it via the cloud onto my Chromebook and iPad means I can write my lunch break at work, etc. So absolutely perfect. Lightweight. It's got autosave. There's pro writing aid integration. My grammar and stuff isn't the best, so pro writing aid for me, fantastic. Then in the future there's a promise to collaborate with your editor, etc. So again, not having to leave this one piece of software. In the past, and still for all my low content Cullinan books, journals, etc., and some of the more advanced print stuff, I use Affinity Publisher, which is an industry leading publishing software, and I would highly recommend that as well. But for books that I'm writing, and for ebook and print that are simple, i.e. fiction, I'm generally using Atticus. I'm moving towards Atticus. Prior to Atticus getting my books into ebook format and getting them to a standard where they're accepted by Apple and Kobo, etc., was nail-bitingly painful. Using various different converters. At one point I was actually, I'm saying here about Vellum, but at one point I was actually thinking about purchasing cloud space for a virtual Macintosh or Apple so that I could run Vellum to convert my books and format my books. So now I can format my book from my Chromebook, from my desktop, Windows, my Mac, my iPad, anywhere that's got internet connection. A bit about the roadmap, and then a bit about the conclusion, i.e. it's fantastic. If you haven't worked it out, this review, I think it's absolutely fantastic. It's changed my full process. So there's a full review on the website. Let's dive into Atticus IO. So SEO A Layman's Guide, which is a book on websites and how to rank, all that kind of good stuff. I wrote that entire book in Atticus IO. Now, before we look at Atticus IO, home, writing, format, various other things, this is a progressive web app, which basically means it can be installed like standard software via your browser, the Chrome browser, and installed onto your desktop, be that be the iPad, the Chromebook, or the your desktop Windows, etc. Couple of things in my experience of using for a while is to Control Shift R, and that basically updates the progressive web app, so you've got the latest version, and if there's any updates from the Atticus team, you get access to them, and they're updating like crazy. The next thing is to get into a good protocol of logging in and logging out, so that it automatically, like everything you write in Atticus is auto saved. You see, if I just put in a space here, you'll see up in the top right it says saved, so they're saved. So everything that you do in Atticus is automatically saved, and at the end of every session as you log out, it will upload to the cloud and store. So the next time you log in a different device, it's there. That's a good method, and it's the same as sort of Google Docs and stuff like that when you're using these kind of auto-syncing cloud multi-user softwares. You want to get into a good routine of logging in and logging out. So as I say, I wrote SEO Layman's Guide completely. Dragon's Tail is a big epic fantasy. So if we look at Steak Bake, we have on the left, you can see the various different this is a short vampire story. You can see the different blogs, chapters in this case, your front matter, your title page, your copyright table of contents, your back matter, and if I want to add anything, for a copyright page, blurbs, dedication, preface, chapter, etc., I can add that seamlessly, and that auto updates as you go. You have more tools on this tab here. Now these more tools are, there's some for notes, timekeeping, this is goals, and these are in the roadmap and they will be updated. This book goals thing only appeared this week, so for this I could write something like, I want to make it 150,000 words in total, picking an arbitrary date of January next year. I write 3 days a week, save, and it's telling me that I'm 5% completed on my goal, and today I need to write 4,321 words. So a good goal tracking software. Now if I whip over to the formatting, formats my book for ebook and print seamlessly. I can see what it'll look like on different devices. There's the Paperwhite I like, and I'll just move me. You can see there I can export it to PDF and Epub, no problem. Now all these kind of different style guides, you can also create your own custom theme, switch on the title, switch off the title, subtitles, chapters, chapter 1, chapter, center things, change things, add images, layouts, and then there's for the print option, it's telling you that it's supported by KDP, supported by Ingram Spark, and it's giving you other options. And once you've sorted that stuff out, it's literally a case of export PDF or export EPUB, and boom. Now here you can see there, new book. You can basically, the file size is tiny, and they're basically saying you get unlimited. Books is good because I plan to write a lot of books. And obviously by project, by author, if you're writing multiple pen names. So for me so far, Atticus IO has been a fantastic bit of kit, and I conclude here in my big blog post, which I'll link in the description of this video, that it's the first thing, it's a lifetime deal, so you purchase it once, that's you're using it, which is fantastic. I hate subscription models. It's from Dave Chesson, who's the guy behind Publisher Rocket. Now I have a Publisher Rocket review in the video, so check them out as well. and you know, that software is high quality. This is also high quality, and you can check that out. I'll quick look at the roadmap. You can see all the things that they've already done, and there's a lot from. And then the stuff that they've in progress, the book goalkeeping, reusable elements, Mobi import for Kindle, and then next they're doing a find and replace. They're doing a writing analytics dashboard, pretty cool. Mobi export, dark mode, and then in the future they'll have the Pro Writing Aid integration, collaboration with editors, Bushbrush integration, drafted digital integration. So it's a one-stop shop Swiss Army knife for an author. You can go over to the website. I have a link. It's Robb, robb.link/Atticus. That'll take you here. Writing and formatting at the minute. Give you a demo. All the good stuff is there. There's even a fantastic an app to rule them all by author Robb Wallace. After using Atticus to publish 2 books, I realised how laborious my previous setup was. Atticus replaced all of the software packages I was using. With Atticus, I can now write, format and export from one system. I stand by that, completely true. It revolutionised my writing. So I definitely check out that. My name's Robb Wallace, and I write sort of marketing, SEO and fantasy kind of stuff. Publish low content stuff as well, colouring in books, etc. Check out my website and see a couple of my books, you know, non-fiction, short stories, epic fantasy. I do different kind of journals, martial arts journals and mind body spirit journals, colouring in books, Pharasaurus, you know, some and various kind of other things. But if you like blogs, a number of blogs with Self-Publishing 101, Why Authors Need SEO, and then fantasy interviews, you know, a lot of interviews with top up and coming and established indie authors from around the world. So check that out. It's been a pleasure reviewing Atticus.io for you. Stick around. I'm Robb, and subscribe.